After being victim to a loan shark, Saubrey Walefatshe wrote a book in quest of understanding finances. The book, which is entitled How to Get Out of Bad Debt, Use Other People's Money and Resources to Get Rich, aims at teaching people on good ethics in pursuing financial freedom. The book explains debt and how important financial concepts such as interest rates, inflation and deflation play in our lives. So for more, we're joined by Saubrey himself. He's here in studio. So nice to see you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So, I mean, we talk about you being victim of a loan shark. What happened? I mean, just tell us your story briefly.
Like everybody else, I'm a former teacher myself. We earn today, 3 days down the line, there's no money. So you can't go through the month. So what do? And then you borrow from friends. The friends get bored, and then the friends, you chase them away. Finally, you end up to the loan sharks.
Yeah.
And what happened, if you remember, before 2005, loan sharks were mushrooming because there was a gap. They saw the gap. So I would move from one loan shark to the next. So I knew all the loan sharks in Kempton Park. That was the order of the day.
So you borrow from one loan shark to pay another loan shark. So, I mean, you get yourself into such debt, and yours is not a unique story, and you know that. I mean, this is a story that happens all the time. How did you manage to get out of all of that?
Look, ever since I grew up, I've always wanted to know how people make money. Because it was always worrying me, some people are rich, some people are poor. So what makes that? And then I started to do a lot of research, start to understand how money works. And then finally, I realized that, no, I have to teach myself. I'm more into financial education, that if people want to succeed, you need to educate yourself about finances. Because like you said, those terminology, they're very, very important, and people don't ask those questions. And then, when they ask you, you go to a bank, and they, normally they don't even tell people how much does a debt cost, and then what are the fees included your initiation. You don't even ask. Some people are embarrassed to ask because they say, I don't want to embarrass myself. Whereas you disadvantage yourself, So hence the book. The book was written just to make it easy for people so that they can understand, And then you'll see as I explain the interest rate. I explain it very simple because interest, the inflation.
Yes.
Inflation simply means the increase of prices. Now, I put an example in a book of oranges to say, let's say we are all encouraged to eat oranges. And then we have only one person who's selling oranges. What's going to happen to the prices? They're going to increase.
Absolutely.
And then some of us are going to have problems. And what is the deflation? The deflation is the opposite of it. If you have a whole lot of people who are selling and few people who are supplying, the prices are going to decrease and the product are going to be spoiled. So those little terminology, people need to understand them. So that is how I embarked on teaching about finance.
And it's so important that, and a lot of people don't understand that. And you see something, you like it, and you buy it on credit. That you don't really realize that if I'm going to buy this plastic pig on credit that you've got in front of me here, that for the next 5 years, the price I'm going to pay for that pig, it may be 5 rand now. In 5 years' time, I'm actually going to be paying about 50,000 rand for that. And you don't know what you're doing because you're not reading that small fine print. And I almost think that sometimes people make that fine print a lot more confusing than it actually is because they don't want you to understand what you're getting yourself into. And hence, something that what you've gone and done is demystifying it all for people.
Yes. Just make it simple.
Yeah.
And then I'm not talking about it, and then I'm doing it. And as you can see here, our slogan is "We walk the walk." That's our slogan, as you can see there. And then I teach kids. This is a school project I'm doing in school kids. I teach kids to save. Then we have a non-profit organization to do that. I say to my team, we cannot tell kids to do it, let's do it. I'm doing it myself. Can you feel it? It's almost full now.
Almost full.
I'm putting 5 rands all the time.
So this pig is more than 5 rand. It's worth much more than 5 rand.
So what I do, I deliberately change the money to 5 rands and then throw them there and forget about it. So the kids will get this, for themselves.
Yes.
And then, they put money here. And then next week, Friday, we are launching it in one of the schools in Davidton called Supetu. And then, I'll be calling various people. The media is invited to come and cover the event. The bank will be there to open up a bank account for them.
Yeah.
Because, my argument is we need to stop complaining. Complaining is easy. We can blame everybody. We can blame apartheid. We can blame government. What do we do as individuals to contribute? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to the kids, if you start saving now, you can imagine if they save for the next 20 years, what's going to happen? Children will never come back and say, we want to learn for free. They'll use that money to learn. Yeah. And children will start their own businesses using their own money. You see, so that stigma of dependency syndrome, it needs to be done away with.
Yeah.
You see, but it cannot be done away if we don't do it. So somebody has to do it.
Your book, obviously, is available at all major bookstores around the country?
No, it's available from us.
So you've got to come directly.
Yeah, in the past we used to do with the major book retail stores.
Right.
But the reason is in the book why I decided against that.
Right.
I'll go back to that, for strategic reason, for business decision.
Yeah.
But currently get it from us directly.
Okay, so how do we get hold of you to get a copy?
You go to our website, www.thebigr.co.za.
The Big R.
The Big R. THEBIGR or 011 391 3226.
Okay, 3226.
Yeah.
What does the Big R stand for?
The Big R stands for all the positive R words.
Yeah.
Take responsibility, do research, do results. That's all we are looking at.
Excellent.
I was looking at the media, how the media works. The media works based on the results. If you perform badly, they do away with you.
Yeah.
While I was still a teacher, we used to argue and say principals should be appointed based on the results. And they should be appointed for 5 years. After 5 years, they must reapply.
Indeed.
Because if you don't do that, people are going to sit on their laurels.
Yeah.
Because people don't look at results, they just sit.
Indeed.
So that's the positive R.
Well, listen, lots of lessons learned from Saubrey over here. Saubrey Walefatshe, visit his website, www.thebigr.co.za. You can get a copy of that book, How to Get Out of Bad Debt, Use Other People's Money. Find out exactly how to do that by ordering that book online. All right, let's take a break.